The Raptors are in their dumb drop coverage right here. Now, Pascal Siakam's in the gaps right now, all right? But if I'm Siakam, I got to get up the line. Jakob Poeltl's up taking Hayward. I'm up the line. I'm still in help. But now I'm going to be able to stunt and recover to Terry Rozier. Look at Pascal Siakam. You're in the paint for no reason, and your feet are going towards the ball on the kickout pass. Easy pump fake and go, 2. What is happening here in transition? Dennis Schroeder is obviously taking the basketball. What is OG Anunoby doing? Could you please get over to Brandon Miller? What are you communicating? In transition, we get to the nearest body. Okay? That's Brandon Miller. I can't stand in the middle of nowhere. Look at OG Anunoby. What was that? Mark Williams is going to get this offensive rebound. Could Dennis Schroeder please not stare at the ball right now and actually get back to Gordon Hayward? Like, Mark Williams has the offensive board. Why does Dennis Schroeder need to stare and stare and stare at Mark Williams having the offensive board? Pascal Siakam in transition here. You've got cross-matched onto Nick Richards. So I need to be sprinting to get underneath Nick Richards, and I've got to get low and start battling the second he crosses the three-point line. I've got to initiate the contact. This is laziness. Siakam's jogging, and now Nick Richards slams right into him, has him sealed, throw it down low, 2. This is just mind-boggling. What is Otto Porter Jr. doing? Why is your back to your man? Why are you not sprinting over to get with P.J. Washington? So Otto Porter's completely asleep right here. All right, stop. So now here comes a screen. Like, Gary Trent Jr.'s got to obviously switch this. Otto Porter's got to be calling out, switch. Like, you were asleep. And you don't do that either. The Raptors switch here. If you're Malachi Flynn on this switch, first of all, I want to get up the line. I'm still in help, but I got to get up the line. And my back has to be the baseline. I'm seeing ball. I'm seeing man. Malachi Flynn isn't seeing his man, doesn't get up the line. So now they're just going to swing it to P.J. Washington, and you're not ready to guard for no reason. What is happening here? If you're Malachi Flynn, you're switching on to Nick Richards. I've got to get underneath the screener immediately. Look at me. Switching over the top. So that's going to force Scotty Barnes now to have to come help on Nick Richards. It's going to leave Miles Bridges, and now the defense is all out of control. Malachi Flynn goes under this screen right here. Why is Precious Achiuwa not just staying home on Nick Richards? Look at this. Malachi Flynn's going under. Where's Precious Achiuwa going? So now Nick Richards is going to twist and set a screen that Precious Achiuwa needs to actually switch now. But he's going to screen 2 Raptors players. So Dennis Schroeder's going to go under this screen right here. So could he please just get over and guard Ish Smith normally? Like, ready to slide his feet? Why are you playing on an angle here? Look at this. So now Mark Williams sets a screen. Look at how far under you got to go. What are you doing? Just go. So you're not getting under at the same time as Ish Smith, obviously, and that collapses the defense. This is a very basic action. And in fact, Jakob Poeltl's watching his man set a down screen. So what I have to be attached and I have to show. So Miles Bridges can't curl. Okay? You're nowhere to be found. So Miles Bridges, easy curl, and you're done. That's it. This is what a poorly coached team looks like. Darko Rajakovic is trash. All right? Terry Rozier is going to swing this ball to Miles Bridges. Dennis Schroeder has to immediately sprint and rotate down and get to the three-point line. I've got to be in the gaps right there. All right? Like, that's it. That's the shell drill in a game. I'm not guarding at half court. But Dennis Schroeder walks. You're not in help. Right to the rim. If you're Scotty Barnes, you cannot backpedal on Terry Rozier. Now, Dennis Schroeder is going to be over here and help. So let's get up. Let's force Terry Rozier right into that help. But look at Scotty Barnes. You're backpedaling and letting Terry Rozier go away from any help. In transition here, Jakob Poeltl is clearly not going to be able to get over to Mark Williams here. Neither is Pascal Siakam. So we don't worry about the ball when it's on the other side of the floor. If you're Dennis Schroeder and Gary Trent right here, get back. Just get back. Like, why are you backpedaling and trotting back? This is very simple, but the Raptors are poorly coached, so nothing's simple. Rajakovic is terrible. Dennis Schroeder's got to get underneath on the switch. You're switching over the top. If I'm underneath, I'm in the gaps. There's no place for Ish Smith to go right here. But nope, you switch over the top, and Ish Smith has all the space in the world. This ball screen is set at the block, essentially. You do not have space to run drop coverage. This has to be a switch. Achiuwa takes Brandon Miller. Gary Trent takes Nick Richards. It'll be fine. Look, you're running drop coverage on a ball screen set at the block. I'm sorry. What else was going to happen? More bad transition defense. First of all, it'd be nice if Gary Trent Jr. would sprint back. Let's take a look at this effort level. I mean, wow, is that bad? But again, Malachi Flynn, why are you staring at the ball? Achiuwa has the ball. It's across half court. Let's focus on getting back. But you're staring at the ball. And now Miles Bridges is ahead of you. This is an NBA team with alleged NBA coaching. That clearly isn't the case. Rajakovic is awful. I go into a game. Every time Chris Boucher and Malachi Flynn are involved in a screen, we're switching. You can't think and talk about switches. Malachi Flynn's got to get underneath. Chris Boucher's up. Okay? You flinch for a second. Look at Malachi Flynn. You're thinking about a switch. Malachi Flynn switches over the top and is late, so PJ Washington just gets it and goes. So the Raptors are going to try and scram switch. This is beyond belief. Again, Malachi Flynn's got to get underneath Nick Richards on the switch. Because if you're scram switching here, I'm underneath Nick Richards. Okay? So then Chris Boucher can immediately come up to take Nick Richards and push me over to PJ Washington. But Malachi Flynn's nowhere to be found. This scram switch couldn't be more discombobulated. And Malachi Flynn, please just guard Brandon Miller. Precious Achiuwa has Gordon Hayward. Look at Malachi Flynn here. So Malachi Flynn gambles at a ball he had no chance of getting, and stop backpedaling. What? Dennis Schroeder eventually gets to the three-point line and is in the gaps. He should be there now, but he gets there. OG Anunoby, get up and guard. You have help. You just keep backpedaling. There's help. Why are you not up? If you're the Raptors here, you want to ice this ball screen, all right? Because the backside defender right there, Scotty Barnes, is standing. He doesn't even have to move, and he's in backside help, okay? The Raptors are going to come trap this ball screen right here. Look at how far over Pascal Siakam's got to move in backside help. He's got to come all the way over into the paint. So now Brandon Miller's just going to lift and be wide open. Scotty Barnes switches this screen. I don't know why he's not flipping his hips and forcing Terry Rozier right to where Pascal Siakam is. He's just standing and waiting and help. Okay? But Scotty Barnes is going to give Terry Rozier the angle away from that. Stop. All right. So where's Dennis Schroeder? Like, Dennis Schroeder's got to be in help. His back's not even to the baseline now. His back's got to be to the baseline. Feet set in a defensive stance. I'm in that gap. Okay? And then Scotty Barnes has to show his hands, forcing Terry Rozier into that help. But Dennis Schroeder never gets over, and Scotty Barnes has got his hands on Terry Rozier, allowing him to, if there was help, step away from it and hit a step back three.